Happy Sunday. As you can see behind me, a lot of our region dealing with smoke right now, especially out in Josephine County, Jackson County, a lot of western Siskiyou County as well. Plenty of places around our area dealing with some hazardous or unhealthy air quality, as we have been for much of this week, even out on the coast. A couple places taken up into that moderate range, but east of the Cascades, not dealing with smoke nearly as much, at least right now. Klamath Falls and Lakeview both in that healthy range, but as we go through the next couple of days, that smoke is going to spread out just a little bit, start to branch into Klamath and Lake County, as you can see up there. Klamath Falls, Crater Lake, Christmas Valley, all going to be dealing with a fair amount of smoke, especially overnight when those winds are a little bit calmer and that smoke starts to get a little bit more dense. It's not as spread out as it is during the day when we see a little bit more of that wind. As you can see, as we get into the afternoon on Monday, starts to thin out a little bit, but once we get into those later hours where there's not as much wind, starts to get a little bit more dense in a lot of areas, especially down there in western Siskiyou County, a little bit of northern Jackson County, Klamath County, northern Lake County as well. Going to be dealing with plenty of that, and then as we move through the early hours of Tuesday morning, it's going to continue to spread further east. We're going to see plenty more smoke, especially east of the Cascades, but not nearly as much in Jackson and Josephine County and western Siskiyou County like we've been seeing over the past handful of days. Taking a look at that pinpoint forecast as well, see a little bit of cloud cover on your Monday morning with a couple spotty showers here and there. Could see a little bit of rainfall on the coast, but inland, things staying pretty dry, and especially during the afternoons, we're not really seeing a whole lot of cloud cover anywhere. So besides the smoke, things should be pretty clear and fairly calm, but overnight could see some showers on your Tuesday morning as well before things start to clear out a little bit in the afternoon going into the evening. Now, beyond that, things could get a little bit wetter, especially on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Pretty good chances of rain on those days. We could see some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms in some spots as well, but do have a pretty good chance of precipitation, which could clear out some of that smoke, could end up being a pretty beneficial thing. And those temperatures as well dropping pretty significantly starting about Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday, Sunday could all be below that 80-degree mark and well below that seasonal average of the low 90s, around 91 to 93 degrees. Taking a look at what we're dealing with out on the coast tonight, though, plenty of haze across the area right now that we're dealing with. The same can be said for the inland areas as well. Temperatures sitting mainly in the 60s, getting a little bit warmer up there in North Bend at around 74. And that haze is going to stick around into tomorrow. Could clear a little bit around Crescent City, but pretty much everywhere else is going to be dealing with that just about all day. And then in the West Valleys, it's a very similar story. Temperatures mainly in the 80s, getting into the 90s in a couple spots, especially down in Siskiyou County, places like Happy Camp, all the way up to 94. Pretty much everywhere dealing with some fairly dense smoke, at least as of right now, and that's going to be sticking around into tomorrow as well. And then east of the Cascades, still dealing with smoke over there as well, though it's not quite as warm. Temperatures mainly in the 80s, getting up into the 90s in a couple spots, and that smoke is going to stick around into tomorrow as well. But beyond that, we do have some big changes on the way. Those winds are going to start to pick up in the Rogue Valley around Tuesday and Wednesday. And we got that chance of showers Thursday, slight chance of storms on your Friday, then another slight chance of showers on your Saturday as well. And those temperatures are going to be pretty cool, at least for this time of year, sticking around that 80-degree mark for pretty much the rest of next week. Klamath Falls, breezy on your Tuesday and Wednesday, that chance of showers on Thursday, and a slight chance of thunderstorms on Friday. Temperatures getting as low as the high 60s by your Friday, but then warming up just a little bit back into the 70s by next weekend. And then in Northern California, pretty breezy over the next handful of days. Those temperatures are going to be dropping pretty significantly to the low 80s or even the high 70s. Got that slight chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms on your Friday before we get back up into the 80s by next weekend. And then out on the coast, things staying pretty calm around that 70-degree mark pretty much throughout the week. We got that slight chance of showers Tuesday, and then that'll return on Thursday and Friday. Then we'll head into the weekend looking a little bit clearer around that 70-degree mark on your Saturday and Sunday.